ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
Sai Ram, dear listeners, live broadcast of the proceedings from the Sai Kulwant Hall at Prasanthi Nilayam will follow shortly. Please stay tuned.
సాయిరామ్. మరికొద్దిసేపట్లో ప్రశాంతి నిలయంలోని సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నుండి ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రసారాలను మీరు వింటారు. దయచేసి వేచి ఉండండి.
प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। तच्छयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सहस्रशीर्षा पुरुषः सहस्राक्षः सहस्रपात् स भूमिं विश्वतो वृत्वा अत्यतिष्ठद्दशाङ्गुलम् पुरुष एवेदगुं सर्वम् यद्भूतं यच्च भव्यम् उतामृतत्वस्येषानः यदन्नेनातिरोहति एतावानस्य महिमा अतो ज्यायागश्च पूरुषः पादोऽस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादोर्ध्व उदैत्पुरुषः पादोऽस्येहा भवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनानशने अभि तस्माद्विराडजायत विराजो अधिपूरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चाद्भूमिमथो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वत वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्यम् ग्रीष्म इद्मः शरद्धविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः त्रिसप्तसमिधः कृताः देवा यद्यज्ञम् तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषं पशुम् तयज्ञम् बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषं जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्माद्यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः सम्भृतं पृषराज्यम् पशुगुस्तागुश्चक्रे वायव्यान् आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्माद्यज्ञात् सर्वहुतः ऋचः सामानि जज्ञिरे छन्दागुंसि जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मादजायत तस्मादश्वा अजायन्त एकेचो भयादतः गावोह जज्ञिरे तस्मात् यस्मात् जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषं व्यदधुः कतिधा व्यकल्पयन् मुखं किमस्य कौ बाहु कावूरूपादावुच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरोदस्य यद्वैश्यः पद्भ्यागं शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षुः सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत नाभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीर्ष्णोद्भ्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्यां भूमिर्दिशः श्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागुम् अकल्पयन् वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वा विवदन्यदास्ते धाता पुरस्ताद्यमुदा जहार शक्ति तस्रः तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् ते हनाकं महिमानः सचन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः अद्भ्यः सम्भूतः पृथिव्यैरसा च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तताधि तस्य त्वष्टा विदधद्रूपमेति तत्पुरुषस्य विश्वमाजानमग्रे वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेवं विद्वान् अमृत इह भवति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीराः परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनां पदमिच्छन्ति वेदसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानां पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो रुचाय ब्राह्मये ऋचं ब्राह्मं जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्वैवं ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा असन्वशे ह्रीश्च ते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्यौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् अश्विनौ व्यात्तम् इष्टं मनिषाणा अमुं मनिषाणा सर्वं मनिषाणा तच्छयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वं जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यश्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगाद्विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्यमाना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्ता बृहद्वदेम विदते सुवीराः त्वया जुष्ट ऋषिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधा महीन्द्रो ददातु मेधान् देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विना उभावा धत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधा सुरभि स्वाहा सामा मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सामा मेधा सुप्रतीकाजुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयीन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पम् पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो अग्नेरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्नेरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति असौ वै तपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सु नामं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति राजाय राजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामान् कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Om Shri Sai Ram. Reverential pranams at the lotus feet. Swami, you had once mentioned in one of your discourses, unaware of the presence of the sacred divinity within himself, man embarks on the quest for God. He behaves like a man who goes to his neighbor for milk, forgetting the wish-fulfilling cow is right in his backyard. You further added, avatars are of two kinds, Purna Avatar and Amsha Avatar. All human beings are Amsha Avatar, partial incarnations of the divine. If we indeed are the incarnations of the divine, then why do we need an avatar? When Maya fogs our faculties, we need an avatar to help us unveil the divinity within and make us realize who we are. On this occasion of Avatar Declaration Day, we, daughters of Sai, express our heartfelt gratitude to our Divine Mother and present a soulful offering this evening. We will commence the evening session with salutations to our beloved Swami with Women Alumnae Brass Band, Sai Melodies.
dearest Bhagwan. You are the pulse which we feel through thunder and storm. Love is a melody when you stand with us, and each time you are the one who showers your blessings upon us. Today, your very own Sai melodies are at your abode of peace, rejoicing in the fortune of your grace. We humbly present the musical rhythm, the song of Handel, and Obladi Oblada. The joy of chanting your name is a multifold miracle in itself. It was you who initiated the Nama Sankirtana. Bhagwan, we call out to you in devotional fervor. O Mahadeva, bless us as we perform the powerful Hara Hara Mahadeva. Bangaru, you called us. Even as we listened to your call, we know you drew us a step closer to you. You have strengthened us, chiseled us, made us only yours forever. For your precious love that you poured on us unconditionally, we speak our heart out as we play for you. Hum tere hain Sai, hum tere hain.
We will now have 2 short speeches. Our first speaker, Dr. D. Pushpalata, is currently working at Department of Home Science at Jamshedpur Women's University. She is an alumna of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur Campus. After completing her graduation and post-graduation in Home Science in 2001 from Anantapur Campus, Dr. Pushpalata went on to complete her MBA and PhD. As a Sai student and later as a Sai volunteer, she has actively participated in several cultural programs in the Divine Presence. Dr. Pushpalata has completed 9 years of Sri Sathya Sai Bal Vikas program. For the last 15 years, she's been working extensively and serving Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organization as education coordinator in Bihar initially and currently in Jharkhand. Our next speaker is Savita Shashidhar. Savita Shashidhar is an alumna of Sri Sathya Sai Higher Secondary School as well as Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. She completed her BCom honors from Anantapur Campus in 2001. Savita Shashidhar later went on to complete her MCom from Annamalai University and worked as a research assistant at IIM Bangalore. Savita later forayed into education and training field, which has given her insights into child psychology and behavior. She realized the immediate need to mold young and impressionable minds into strong, moral, and meaningful characters. Today, with her education and training background, coupled with strong foundation of moral framework she received as a Sai student, she imparts holistic education based on human values to her students. Now over to Dr. Pushpalata and Savita Shashidhar in this order.
Sai Avatara, Yuga Avatara, Satya Sai, Prema Sai, Sab Dharmo ke Baba Sai, Sai Sarveshwara, Sai Avatara, Yuga Avatara. Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble and loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of my most beloved Bhagwan, Shri Satya Sai Baba. I pray to Bhagwan to speak through me. Respected elders, brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. On this auspicious occasion of Avatar declaration, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to my beloved parents, elders, teachers, Balavikas gurus, with whose blessings I'm standing in the divine presence. On this sacred day, all of us should deeply contemplate on the profound significance of Avatar. What is Avatar? Why should it happen? The word Avatar means descent. It is a descent from the state of the Atma to the level of the body. Scripture says that once in a millennium this happens, and all of us are extremely fortunate to be born as his contemporaries. Professor Kasturi beautifully explained the purpose of Avatar in his poem, which says, "Indeed, he comes for those who praise, those who go astray. The Lord showers his love on all alike. He comes to strengthen the fragile faith when the foundation of Dharma weakens. Spreading love is his mission, as love is his very form. He comes to raise the consciousness of all so that all may reach him." Swami says, in Swami's words, The same Supreme Being who has saved Prahlada by appearing from the pillar and punishing his demonic father. The same Supreme Being who came to rescue Kuchela. The same Supreme Being who has descended from Sri Vaikuntha to save Gajendra has now come down to the world as Satchidananda Murti, presiding over the hearts of all as Puttaparthi Chakravarti. You should realize that I have come to remind you of your inherent divinity. The Avatar Declaration Day was indeed a momentous one when Bhagwan revealed his divinity and set the stage for the work that would ensue. We observe this day to remember, reflect, and assimilate the teachings of Bhagwan, which is in essence is to love all, serve all. All should be happy, all should be blissful. This has been the principle of love propagated by our beloved Bhagwan. Happiness of all is happiness of Bhagwan. This is the reason for his descent. When the avatar appears in human form, we find that he exhibits human consciousness along with divine consciousness. It is very difficult for us to grasp the divine consciousness of the avatar. Swami lovingly reveals his divine nature for our benefit. This incident took place with Dr. Somnath Saraf in 1990. The occasion was inauguration of annual sports and cultural meet. After going through the inaugural function, Bhagwan sat in his chair and overseeing the entire stadium. Bhagwan was looking after the distribution of cool drinks, biscuits, chocolates, etc. for his students and devotees. Dr. Saraf, who sat next to Bhagwan, observed that Swami did not partake anything from past 4 hours. He picked up some courage and prayed to Bhagwan. Bhagwan, you have not taken anything. You have not even touched a single drop of water. Please have something, Bhagwan. The Lord turned his head. He looked towards Dr. Saraf. He looked directly into his eyes. What Dr. Saraf saw was beyond his imagination. In Bhagwan's eyes, he could see the entire cosmos, including sun, moon, mountains, rivers, oceans. Dr. Saraf lost his body consciousness for some time. The Lord wanted to convey him that the Creator provides everything to one and all, but he himself does not require anything. Before merging into ocean, every river goes through its own course, turns and twists. Similarly, every individual's journey with Sai has its own glorious moment. I take this opportunity to narrate a couple of instances from my life. I was fortunate enough to born in a Sai family. My parents have been ardent devotee of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. I grew up singing bhajans, attending samiti activities along with my parents. Shri Satya Sai Balavikas had reinforced my faith in Bhagwan and blossomed human values in my heart. As I grew up, I had developed a deep yearning to study in Bhagwan's institution. After completing my intermediate examination, I had applied for graduation in Swami's college. Unfortunately, that year, I could not appear for the entrance exam, the reason being my intermediate exam got clashed with the Anantapur entrance exams. I was very unhappy, very sad, but I thought I will drop that academic year. Since I was determined to study in Anantapur Campus, I did not take admission in any other college. Now, the next year, again I applied, but this time my application was rejected. It was a shock to me. I was shattered. I was in tears. My father consoled me and asked me to keep that rejection letter at Bhagwan's lotus feet in our puja room. I simply followed my father's instruction. Meanwhile, an alumnus of Anantapur Campus suggested us to take this matter to administration, to write a letter about this to administration. So I followed their sister's instruction, thinking that probably it's Bhagwan's plan. I handed over that letter to one of my brother who was coming to Prasanthi Nilayam to attend some meeting. My brother took that letter. He went to university. For many days he waited. He met all the university staff. The authorities told him that only Vice Chancellor Sir can take any decision regarding this. And that time, since it was summer break, Vice Chancellor Sir was in Vrindavan. So my Sai brother waited for a few more days. Unexpectedly, he came to know that Vice Chancellor Sir came to Parthi. So he rushed to his office. He met. He discussed the entire matter with him. Vice Chancellor Sir discussed this matter with his staff. They found that due to some postal error, my application form was delivered at the higher secondary school. On hearing this, Vice Chancellor Sir became emotional and his eyes were filled with tears. He told my Sai brother that during the morning darshan, Swami came to him and asked him to go to Puttaparthi without mentioning any reason. He told my Sai brother that Swami might have sent him for this purpose alone. So he gave my admit card to him. I was not aware of all these happenings. I was praying to Bhagwan earnestly back at my home. Swami responded to my prayers and fulfilled my dream. I got my admit card on Thursday. Subsequently, I joined Anantapur Campus in the year 1996. As a student, I was blessed to have Bhagwan's darshan, sparshan, sambhashan. Slowly, his love and grace started enveloping my being. He became the center of my life. After finishing my studies, be it serving in Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Medical Sciences, pursuing my higher studies, my family life, profession, and serving in Sri Sathya Sai Seva organization. In every step of my life, Bhagwan guided me. I felt Bhagwan's presence. I started realizing that I am blessed with not only the guidance of Guru that I had yearned for, but also the compassionate and ever-loving Divine Mother and Father, whose unconditional love gave me the courage to face the different challenges of life. I realized then that Swami was nurturing my conscience so that I could start hearing him within. Our journey with Swami assures us that we are his work. We are why he came. Each one of us has called out to him, and so he has come to protect, foster, and encourage us to grow. Bhagwan has said that his life is his message. He also said that your life should be my message. All that we need to do is to follow his teachings with utmost obedience and dedication. I would like to conclude my talk with a small prayer to Bhagwan. हर करम अपना करेंगे, हर करम अपना करेंगे, साईं तेरे लिए दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे ऐ साईं तेरे लिए दिल दिया है जान भी देंगे ऐ साईं तेरे लिए। जय साई राम।
Shri Sai Ram. My most loving pranams at the lotus feet of my beloved Mother Sai, respected elders and my dear brothers and sisters. Sai Ram to all of you. Lord Krishna has declared in the Bhagavad Gita that he will incarnate on this earth again and again for the resurrection of Dharma and for the protection of the virtuous. Who is an avatar? The word avatar is a Sanskrit word which broadly means descent. One who comes down on this earth, or one who manifests himself voluntarily. Bharat is the land of saints and incarnations who have come time and again to reaffirm the essence of Dharma. Their very lives serve as an example and an inspiration to the common man. Our Bhagwan incarnated purely out of prema or compassion for the human race. The main purpose of his avatar being to awaken us, those who are sleeping in ignorance and illusion, so that we will be able to know our true divine identity. Like a feast to a starving man, like rain to the parched earth, like a child to the yearning mother, the Lord comes as an answer to the prayers of the distressed. Swami once said, if there's a child playing on the ground, will the mother feel that it is below her dignity to bend down and pick up the child? Or will she ask the child to leap into her arms? Definitely not. The mother knows that it is impossible for the child to do so. Instead, the mother bends down and lovingly picks up the child in her arms. In the same way, an avatar comes down on this earth to lift up, to rescue the souls which are not able to rise up to the level of the divine. So, an avatar really is an act of benediction. The basic nature of an avatar is truly beyond the comprehension of the human mind. Swami once said, if Balarama, an avatar himself, could not understand me, how can you? So it is indeed a futile exercise to try to understand Bhagwan or to analyze his actions. What is expected of us is wholehearted devotion and total surrender. The incarnation of the Supreme Lord in the form of our Bhagwan is one of the most unique of all incarnations. Swami has taught us both through silence as well as speech. His silence is so powerful as to silence the mind of the seeker. And when he uses speech as a medium of instruction, it is pure nectar. Swami embraces us, his children, with his motherly love and fatherly protection. He shares our joys and sorrows like a true friend. And as a guru, he guides us, he teaches us with infinite patience. He is the refuge of his devotees. He is Bhagat Vatsal Gopal. So there are so many aspects to our Bhagwan. I would like to speak on the motherly love of our Swami. As students, we have seen this aspect of Bhagwan in so many instances. It's so hard to count. Swami's love is that of 1,000 mothers, always giving and giving and giving. And the treasury of his love was always full and overflowing. And we basked in the warm sunshine of his love, enjoying each and every moment, always wanting more. So many times, Swami has shown us that there is no comparison to his motherly love and affection. I'm sure each one of us here has had some experience to prove this. Let me share a couple of experiences. It was in the year 2000, January. We had our prize distribution ceremony on the 14th of January. A number of events and competitions are held during the academic year in sports, fine arts, and cultural activities. The student who secures maximum points in each field will receive the prize from the divine hands. So it was everybody's dream to accumulate maximum points, and it was a huge motivation to perform well. It so happened that year I had worked really very hard and had won several prizes in the cultural activities. So on the day of the prize distribution, I calculated my points and I just assumed that I had got maximum points in that field. We had come for the afternoon darshan. We were sitting in the Anantapur block. Our teacher started to call out the names of the winners to come forward and sit in the first row. But my name was not called. I asked my teacher, and then I realized that I had made a mistake in my calculation and I had missed by just 1 point. My heart was broken. My teacher tried to explain to me that in Bhagwan's eyes, everybody is a winner. But somehow I was inconsolable. Swami came out for the afternoon darshan. He saw that we were all sitting ready for the prize distribution ceremony. He spoke something to the principal and the wardens of the campuses. And then he asked some of the brothers to bring something from inside. It was then that we realized that year, Swami was not going to give away prizes only to the winners, but he was going to distribute watches to each and every student with his own hands. You can imagine the joy and the bliss that filled my heart. I cannot explain it in words. This is my mother's Sai. I recall another incident from the year 1999. I'm sure many of us who were in the institute at that time remember this. The students had assembled in the stadium for the march past. Swami arrived at the stadium and he stepped on to the chariot which would take him to the dais. At that time, something very unfortunate happened. Swami was standing in the chariot and he was waving lovingly to all the devotees who had assembled there. But when a sudden brake was applied with a jerk, Swami lost his balance. If Swami had been standing, if had been sitting in the chariot, this mishap would not have occurred. But he, being Bhaktavatsala, wanted to give happiness and blessings to all the devotees who had been eagerly waiting for a glimpse of their loving Lord. Everybody was shocked and helpless. But Swami got up, continued to smile as if nothing had happened, and he reached the dais. During the program, unusually, Swami kept going backstage several times. It was only later that we came to know, we students and devotees came to know to our shock, that Swami had injured himself and that he was bleeding. If he did not mention, he kept going backstage, he would clean and wash wound and come back and sit for the program. He never mentioned a word to anyone on the dais. If anybody would have known, they would have definitely stopped the program and taken Swami back to his residence. But he did not want to disappoint his children, who had been practicing for several weeks to put up a good show for their Lord. So he sat through the entire program, smiling sweetly and hiding the pain. What can you say about his love? Even a mother's love will have certain conditions and expectations from her child. But this mother's love is unconditional and pure beyond any comparison. Our Bhagwan is love, and love is our Bhagwan. He is the embodiment of pure, blemishless love. Sri Ramana Maharshi has said, addressing Lord Arunachala, "Do what you will, my darling, but grant me a flood of love for your lotus feet." We cannot love God. Only He can make us love Him. Only He can make us think of Him. We can only pray that He grants us this flood of love. And in this flood, our individuality will be washed away. The sense of me and mine will be gone. We cannot get rid of our ego. It has to be drowned in this flood of love. Brothers and sisters, I would like to conclude by saying that even though we deeply miss the physical leelas of our Bhagwan today, His inner leelas and interventions in the lives of His children are eternal. Thank you. Thank you, Bhagwan, for making us, for choosing us to be the recipients of your love. Let us forever be worthy and deserving of your grace. Jai Sai Ram.
Swami would often remind us, it is essential to realize and act on the belief that the purpose of religion is to promote unity in diversity, banish divisive tendencies, and make human beings lead ideal lives. He reinforced our faith in different paths to the same Lord. Morality and integrity, righteousness and charity, truth and tradition, forbearance and non-violence are the basic tenets of all religions. Daughters of Sai present a short documentary, Sarva Dharma Swaroopa Sai, which highlights how Swami lovingly kept reminding us that religions are many, but God is one. Beings are many, but breath is one. Castes are many, but humanity is one.
Let the different faiths exist. Let the glory of God be sung in all the languages, in a variety of tunes. That should be the ideal. Respect the differences between the faiths and recognize them as valid, as far as they do not extinguish the flame of unity, said our dear Lord Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba.
Allah and Muhammadiyudu, Mohammedans call him Allah. Jehovah and Subchristable, good Christians call him Jehovah. Pullabjachudanantu Christ, Vishnu Vaishnavulu, and Vaishnavas call him as Pullabjach. Shambho and Sevul Sada, Sevais call him Shambho. Pralabambuna Kolua, Andariki, Aishcharyamanu, Dayanu, Premanu, అందించి కాపాడేటువంటి దేవుడు ఒక్కడే అని భావించుడి. We may give him any number of names, extol him as Allah, Jehovah, Vishnu and Shiva, but yet the same God confers plenty prosperity. దైవం ఒక్కడే. God is one. పేర్లు అనేకంగా ఉంటున్నాయి. He has many names. ఒక్కొక్క దాని గురించి ఒక మతంగా స్థాపించుకుంటూ వచ్చారు. And every religion has got its own. ఈ మతములు వేరు కాదు. In fact, they are different. మతములన్నీ వేరు, మార్గము ఒక్కటే. Though religions differ, the path is one.
Swami inspired millions to lead moral and meaningful lives, even as they followed the religion of their choice. He was an inspiration to people of different faiths, from Christmas carols to heartfelt offerings on Eid, from devotees in Gabon in Africa to those in Spain and Europe. His devotees were from across the world. He told them that they need not give up their religion or their respective beliefs. He wanted a Muslim to become a better Muslim, a Christian to become a better Christian, a Hindu to become a better Hindu. In July 2005, Swami convened an international interfaith conference. The conference witnessed participation from Rabbi David Zeller, amongst others. The rabbi is an internationally known singer, teacher, storyteller, and writer, and a pioneer in Jewish spirituality and meditation.
Swami, blessed Swami Satya Sai Baba. It's so special to be back here. I was here 33 years ago. I wasn't a rabbi then. I was a sadhu and had many very important experiences here that helped me on my path and brought me back home to my tradition. And I thank you. I thank you for that.
In the same conference, Maulana Wahiduddin Khan, an Islamic spiritual scholar, also expressed his thoughts.
I remember the word of Swami Vivekananda. 100 years ago, he said that it is my dream that India will soon emerge as a spiritual country, a spiritual land. And I think that India is emerging here in this international city. Swami Vivekananda's dream is being fulfilled.
Puttaparthi, for many, is a different turf. A person's mere presence in Puttaparthi can catalyze a change within, a change one would not miss within oneself. Ted Henry, a Christian devotee from the USA, confirms what many have experienced and continue to experience even today.
You get up in the morning, you go to breakfast or you skip breakfast. You go to darshan or you skip darshan. You stay in the ashram or you go out of the ashram. It doesn't matter. You run into people and experiences and stories that just knock you for a loop. This is very special turf. The grounds here are filled with extraordinary vibrations that even with a man like me They reach me with the people I come into contact with. So I challenge anybody who's watching this who's never been here before, even though they might not see Sai Baba in the form walking through the hall, to come here with no expectations, but to just be in this stew, just to sit in this stew for 2 or 3 days or 2 or 3 weeks or 2 or 3 months as we are, and let it happen. It'll change, it'll contribute to the change in your life.
The emblem of Sri Satya Sai organizations across the world also represents all the major religions of the world. This emblem was drawn by Swami himself in 1967 for a special edition of Sanatana Sarathi for Shivaratri for Professor N. Kasturi. The Pranava or Om to indicate the Hindu faith, the wheel to symbolize the religion taught by Buddha, a sheaf of flames, the sacred fire which the Zoroastrians worship, the crescent and the star as a reminder of Islam, and the cross as the symbol of Christianity.
Sarva Dharma Stupa, a 50 feet high pillar celebrating the unity of all religions, was built in November 1975 to mark the advent of the Avatar. Swami entrusted the construction work of the Sarva Dharma Aikya Stupa at Prasanthi Nilayam to Brigadier S.K. Bose in September 1975. This stupa is a landmark in Swami's Avataric mission and was unveiled on his 50th birthday, 23rd November 1975. The monument stands with a lotus flower atop, symbolizing the lotus of the heart. The flame in the center of the lotus represents the light of inner illumination. The base of the pillar is surrounded by plaques with quotations from the 5 main religions.
Indeed, Bhagavan is that one avatar who has insisted on the unity of faiths, who teaches us spiritual integration while the world focuses on religious divisions. Prasanthi Nilayam is that one spiritual abode where Sarva Dharma Bhajan is the order of the day. Sarva Dharma Stupa is a towering testimony of religious unity, where people from all faiths squat and kneel together in prayer for world peace.
అఖిల లోకాలకు అమృతమూర్తి అయిన సాయి మాతకు మా హృదయపూర్వక ప్రణామములు. స్వామి, ఎన్ని జన్మల సుకృతమో సాక్షాత్ పరబ్రహ్మ స్వరూపము ఈ భూమిపై అవతరించినప్పుడు మేము పుట్టడము, అవతార పురుషుని ఆశ్రయించడము నిజంగా తలచుకుంటేనే మహదానందమవుతున్నది. ఏ తల్లి తన బిడ్డలను వదిలి ఉండలేదు కదా. ఆ వాత్సల్యంతోనే మమ్ములను మీ చెంత చేర్చుకున్నారు. ఇది కదా సుకృతం అంటే. సమస్యలతో మాలో భయం ఆవరించినప్పుడు, ఏమీ చెయ్యలేని నిస్సహాయ స్థితిలో ఉన్నప్పుడు మీ ముందు కూర్చుని దీనంగా అర్థించగా, బంగారు భయమెందుకు నేనుండగా అని మీ అభయహస్తం ఆశీర్వదించినప్పుడు నిజంగానే కొండంత ధైర్యం వచ్చేది. మీ చల్లని ఒడిలో సేద తీరే దృశ్యాన్ని మనసులో ఆవిష్కరించుకున్నప్పుడు అనుకున్నదే తడవుగా హృదయం పరమానందభరితమయ్యేది. ఇది కదా భాగ్యమంటే. నిత్యము మీ పూజలు సలుపుతూ మీ నామస్మరణ చేసుకుంటూ ఉంటే హాయినిచ్చే ఆ ఆనందం అనిర్వచనీయం. అన్ని వేళలా సాయి అని పలికేటట్లు హృదయం హాయిని, ఆనందాన్ని, పరమానందాన్ని, బ్రహ్మానందాన్ని అనుభవించేటట్లు అనుగ్రహించు తండ్రి.
हमारे पास आपकी कृपा से प्रभु वंदना, वंदना प्रभु वंदना, वंदना प्रभु वंदना।
आशा
परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे आनन्दमिदे परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे आनन्दमिदे परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे आहा साई पूज मनकु आनन्दमिदे आहा साई पूज मनकु आनन्दमिदे परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे आनन्दमिदे परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे महत्यं रहस्यं रहस्यं साईनाथ महत्यं साई साई అనగను హాయి మనకు కలుగును సాయి సాయి అనగను హాయి మనకు కలుగును సాయి సాయి ఆనందమిదే పరమానందమిదే బ్రహ్మానందమిదే ఆనందమిదే परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे नित्यमो सत्यमो साई महिमा सत्यमो नित्यमो सत्यमु साई महिमा सत्यमु साई साई అనగను భక్తి మనకు కలుగును సాయి సాయి అనగను భక్తి మనకు కలుగును సాయి సాయి ఆనందమిదే పరమానందమిదే బ్రహ్మానందమిదే ఆనందమిదే परमानन्दमिदे ब्रह्मानन्दमिदे निश्चयं निश्चयं मुक्ति मनकु निश्चयं 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 मुक्ति मनकु निश्चयं साई साई అనగను ముక్తి మనకు కలుగును సాయి సాయి అనగను ముక్తి మనకు కలుగును సాయి సాయి ఆనందమిదే పరమానందమిదే బ్రహ్మానందమిదే ఆనందమిదే పరమానందమిదే బ్రహ్మానందమిదే ఆహా సాయి పూజ మనకు ఆనందమిదే ఆహా సాయి పూజ మనకు ఆనందమిదే పరమానందమిదే బ్రహ్మానందమిదే ఆనందమిదే పరమానందమిదే బ్రహ్మానందమిదే ఆనందమిదే హృదయ మందిరాన కొలువై నీవుండుమా. నీ నామమే మా శ్వాసయై, నీ భావమే మా ప్రాణమై, నిన్ను చేరు చిరు దివ్యలం. సాయి మా జీవితాన సర్వం నీవేనుగా. మా హృదయ మందిరాన కొలువై నీవుండుమా. వర్షింపగా వికసించే మా జీవితం. సాయి మా జీవితాన సర్వం నీవేనుగా. మా హృదయ మందిరాన కొలువై నీవుండుమా. వికసించిన మల్లెలం నీ పలుకుల పరిమళాలను మెదజల్లి మాలికలం. ఎన్నడు వాడని పూమాలగా నీ హృదయములో ఉండాలని, నీ సేవకే మా జీవితం, నీ పాదాలకే పునరంకితం, సాయి పాదాలకే అర్పితం. సాయి మా జీవితాన సర్వం నీవేనుగా. మా హృదయ మందిరాన కొలువై నీవుండుమా. నీ నామమే మా శ్వాసయై, నీ భావమే మా ప్రాణమై, నిన్ను చేరు చిరు దివ్యలం. సాయి మా జీవితాన సర్వం నీవేనుగా. మా హృదయ మందిరాన కొలువై నీవుండుమా. आसरा इस जहां का मिले ना मिले, सहारा सदा चाहिए, मुझको तेरा सहारा सदा चाहिए। चांद तारे फलक पर दिखे ना दिखे, चांद तारे फलक पर दिखे ना दिखे, मुझको तेरा नजारा सदा चाहिए, मुझको तेरा नजारा सदा चाहिए। आसरा इस जहां का कभी अनुराग है, जहाँ बदले है माली वही बाग है। कभी बैराग है, कभी अनुराग है, जहाँ बदले है माली वही बाग है। मेरी चाहत की दुनिया, मेरी चाहत की दुनिया बसे ना बसे, मेरी चाहत की दुनिया बसे ना बसे, मेरे दिल में बसेरा सदा चाहिए, मेरे दिल में बसेरा सदा चाहिए। आसरा इस जहां का सहारा सदा चाहिए। चांद तारे फलक पर दिखे ना दिखे, मुझको तेरा नजारा सदा चाहिए। मेरे दिल में इशारा तेरा चाहिए, मेरे दिल में बसेरा सदा चाहिए। प्रथम शरण गणनायका शरण गणनायका प्रथम शरण गणनायका विघ्न विनाशक सिद्धि विनायक विनाशक सिद्धि विनायक विघ्न विनाशक सिद्धि विनायक प्रथम शरण गणनायका प्रथम शरण गणनायका विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक विद्यादायक बुद्धिप्रदायक मूषिकवाहन साई गजानन मूषिकवाहन साई गजानन मूषिकवाहन साई गजानन मूषिकवाहन युग युग के अवतार तुम ही हो, युग युग के अवतार तुम ही हो, युग के अवतार तुम ही हो। मेरे राम मेरे श्याम शिरडी साई पति राम, मेरे राम मेरे श्याम शिरडी साई पति राम, मेरे राम मेरे श्याम शिरडी साई पति राम, मेरे राम मेरे श्याम शिरडी साई पति राम। जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो। अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम। सबको सन्मति दो भगवान, सबको सन्मति दो भगवान, सबको सन्मति दो भगवान, सबको सन्मति दो भगवान। अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम। जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो। युग युग के अवतार तुम ही हो, युग युग के अवतार तुम ही हो। अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम। सबको सन्मति दो भगवान, सबको सन्मति दो भगवान। अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम, अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई पति राम। जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार तुम ही हो, जग के पालनहार युग युग के अवतार तुम ही हो।
मानस भजरे गुरु चरणम, दुस्तर भ्रम सागर तरणम। मानस भजरे गुरु चरणम, दुस्तर भव 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 सागर तरणम।
जगनाशीकरा सर्वा प्राणपते स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीता आश्रित कल्पलतीता आपद्बान्धवा ॐ जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैवमु मय्यन्तयु नीवे स्वामी मय्यन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशयना ॐ जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी ओ साई महादेवा सत्य साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। 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 ॐ साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय